another episode of Anékdota. I am Ángeles and this is Saida.
Hello.
And today we have a very special guest, another special guest as always. But today, Aida, do you want to introduce us to who we have on today's episode?
Sure. Thank you, Angeles. And indeed, today we have another special guest and someone who's very special to me. Well, to us. I will always speak for myself, but I mean, in this case, she's very special to her, to Angeles too. And her name is Sandy Quiroz, and is someone that I met, like 3.5 years ago? Virtually met 3.5 years ago. And she is part of the Código de Magia community, representing Factor Konciencia, which is a company that sponsors, there's a commercial, which sponsors all these magical events, which encompass Código de Magia, Red, Sendero, and back in its time, Biorritmo, and all these other magical events that we've been able to live and experience. And someone who's not only part of the community, but whom I consider a very, very close friend of mine, who I love and I appreciate her companionship, and whom I also admire because she carries the torch so well of the community that she represents. So here she is. This is Sandy Quiroz, my friend, mi hermaguita, Sandy, and well, welcome to Anekdota, Sandy. Thanks for accepting this invite. We really appreciate it.
Wow, and it's very touchful for myself, and yes, it had been a long time, very well lived, like a match with you and with Angeles. So thanks for this invitation. I am appreciate you both, and thanks for this special meeting, because I instead it's not only the interview, the match, or the relationship we have made since, I don't know, 3 years or a month. There it has been really special and magical. I don't know how to express that much.
Thank you. You've done it pretty well. So thank you for accepting and for being here to
You
share
made me
this
cry
space.
with your words.
Thanks for sharing this space with us. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for building such a beautiful community. I feel this is how, Aida and I connected, and this is how I came across Código de Magia, how I came across Dr. Eder Campos, and it's just amazed what you have done, the community that you have built um, across all of these different courses, and it's just amazing the work you do within Factor Conciencia. So thank you for everything that you do and for connecting beautiful souls like ours across the globe. So yeah.
Across the globe, that's I mean, that's a great thing that you're mentioning. And because yeah, you guys have been able to connect people from all over the place, like literally.
Yes.
You know, from Mexico to the US, Central and South America, Europe.
Argentina, Uruguay.
Mhm, exactly. So I mean, it's I don't know, I think it's also, I don't know how you feel, but it might be also a lot of responsibility to carrying all this weight, because it's not just a project that you're doing, you're connecting people. And
Wow.
that's kind of what, we would like you to share with us, like, what does it feel like to be carrying that torch through all these continents? Because that's basically what you guys are doing. So where do you want to begin? You want to start off by telling us about who Sandy Quiroz is and how she came across Factor Konciencia, how it got started? Where do you want to go? How do you want to go about?
I guess I want to start with your last words. It's about the caring or content all the community in the world, because you have I guess you have to understand the way, the context, the culture, the personality about every and each person that find a way to connect with you, but also he has or she has or everyone has a kind of a necessity or want to resolve something that maybe you can solve, but beyond the necessity, it has to find a way you can communicate. If in the community speaks Spanish, but there are a lot of Spanish in the world. It's the resume of the resume. Yeah, and there are a lot of lessons, and I think this way has taught me a lot of things about the Spanish and the necessities of the other people. And this way is lesson by lesson by lesson by lesson with each people, con cada uno.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, because even though we all speak Spanish, we all come from like different cultures. Because even within the same,
Yes.
yeah, because even within the same country, right? Even within Mexico, I mean, it's we each have our own way of talking, of speaking, different needs. So now taking that across the borders, not just within the states, like the Mexican states, but across the border to like other countries, and then across the water to different continent. I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And I think you guys have done a great job. You especially have done a great job.
Thanks. It's a job for a team by our leader, and the experience, I think, not about the we have a program and formation about the you have to do this with this person with these people, and if she asks something about Código de Magia, and if she has this need, you have to tell him or you have to tell her this like the manual, no?
This step by step.
Step by step. It isn't that you, I guess the way the people come to the magic is the way we found the magic too, and the experience we have each other in the team connect the people that
So
Okay.
each individual connects which whatever specific it is that they connect at a whole different level, you know, or they
is
Like in a different way, right?
like in a
right.
different way, but it's kind of a magnetic. I don't think well, you know about Mia, Donna, and very and other team and other people in our team, but it's really magic to see what kind of people connect with Robert, and it's really magic to know and listen what kind of people connect with Mia or with Eder, or I don't know. Everyone has something that connect with someone in Factor Konciencia.
Mhm.
It is the casualty. It's a magic coincidence, because in the way and the answers and holding this community, you can know why the people come with you and answer and become near list, so you can link with the soul of the people, and they ask you and open with your with your soul, the soul by soul.
On a soul level.
On soul level, it's really a connection, and it's really amazing that there are some people I can count with one hand. uh, there are a few people that has told me, I don't know if that nickname is your really name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you are feeling this, or they have. I think they have talent or a feeling, and this kind of connection that the communication about the programs and and the solution that they want to find, it's it's the superficial part.
It
But
goes beyond.
when you connect with the person, with the soul, they talk you about the what have they eaten, what is going on her day, on each day, and there is kind of a talk, a magical talk between unders on under. It's a kind of a whole speaking, a big huge speaking, and a lot of words that tell you something really special.
So you're discerning, basically, like reading between lines to
Reading between the
connect.
lines, but the people also talk you between the lines, not just the read. They are talking into the lines.
Mm, okay.
I find it very, very interesting and very, well, I feel very amazed of how you are, you have this patience and this spirit, to connect with others at the level you do. Um, I have seen it myself, and that I've experienced that from you. You have this very kind and warming and welcoming personality where I remember at the beginning, and I even told Aida about it. I was like, "Oh, like Sandy just texted me today. Hi, how are you today? And is everything good?" And I would reply, sometimes we're so accustomed of someone just reaching out because they need something, because they're gonna say something that, because they're actually expecting something from you. And I remember with you, it was different. It was just like you were just wanting to make that connection, that real friendship, that real um magic relationship, where things were just very natural. And it was just you, your essence, connecting with my soul, with my essence. And it was just so beautiful. I was like, wow, especially in my case, where, well, in Aida's case too, where we are here in a society where things are always like on the go, 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 and you only reach out to someone or you text someone just to see, it's very rare when you just reach out just to say something kind
Just out of the blue.
out of the blue, or just to see how they're doing. And
Okay.
when you started doing that, I realized the importance of connecting with people at that level
At that
of,
level.
if you come to my mind, just, shoot me a text and let's see how you're doing. And I don't necessarily need anything from you. I can just tell you I'm thinking about you, and I just wanted to say hi. And I adopted that from you because I did. And last week I texted one of my friends who, I see her once every 2 months or so. Um, and last week she kept popping up in my mind. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna text my friend. Like, and I was like, and I just texted her. I was like, "Oh, Miriam, I just wanted to say hi, and I just wanted to say, how lucky I feel to have you in my life and to have you as a friend." And she was just kind of like, "Wow, like I
What the
really
fuck? This is,
don't."
yeah, did Angeles lose her cell phone or what?
Yeah, and she was so cute. She was like, "Oh, like I feel also very lucky to have you in my life." But I think when we encounter people like you and become part of this community like the one you have built, where it goes beyond than just, I want to sell you a course. It's not about that. It's I want
Or
to know
having
how
just
you're doing.
the information of a service.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like I didn't get that. It was just more like I just want to know that you're okay. And that was very thoughtful, and it made me think about the person I was being with my friends, because I was like, wow, I'm getting this from someone who's not, at that time we weren't friends or anything. And I was like, I'm getting this kind of messages from someone who's not even my friend or anything. And I don't even do that with my friends. And I kind of thought about it, and I was just like, what a beautiful soul, what a beautiful community, and what a beautiful learning experience to kind of look at myself within and say, what kind of person am I being with who I'm crossing paths with?
Yeah.
Because it's not even necessarily, being a friend, but just I came
Just
across your
being there.
path. And yeah.
Exactly, just being there. I remember 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago, we were in Turkey, and Shamara and I were in Turkey and stuff, and all of a sudden I get this text from Sandy. She's like, "Hey," and I looked at myself and I'm like, huh. And I remember telling Shamara, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Sandy just texted me. Hey, I wonder if she's okay." She's like, "Oh yeah, she's just being Sandy. She just randomly texts sometimes, like, hey, how are you? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay." And we happened to be at Gobekli Tepe when you text me, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll send her a picture." And I remember I sent you a picture, and she's like, "Yeah, she does that sometimes. She just like randomly texts people, hey, how are you?" And but immediately I was like, "Oh my gosh, is everything okay?" She's like, "Yeah, she does that all the time." I'm like, "Okay."
Yes, I am.
But that's something beautiful because, like Angela said, I mean, like it catches people off guard, completely off guard. Like I'm over there in Turkey, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "Wait, what? What happened?" She's like, "No, no, no, it's okay." She just like that. I'm like, "Okay." Oh yeah, because I asked her, I'm like, "Did she text you?" I'm like, "She texted me like I don't know how long ago, and I didn't reply. Did she text you?" She's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, she's probably fine. She does that sometimes." I'm like, "Okay." Just not used to that kind of attention. Thank you.
And it's
That's the
so
magic of
beautiful.
Xiomara. She understands the way. The spasmos communication.
Yeah, but it was really cute. And then I'm like, "Oh, let me share this with her." I'm like, "Go Becky," just at the time. But it's fine. So now, what exactly do you guys do at Factor Conciencia?
I
Besides building these bonds, but what is it that you guys provide besides the community that goes, something that you guys offer, um that goes beyond the, like Angela said, just selling you a course, selling you a workshop. Like, what is the purpose of Factor Conciencia?
I answered an individual. It's a big, huge question. I think we are mortals. We are mortals, and we have a process, a personal process, and we can share with you a kind of being with you in your process.
Okay. Mhm.
So that is the difference between selling a product or a service, because we understand the magic and the process of each one person that comes to us, that came to us. But I want to emphasize in the words that you have both said about that kind of relationship. It has been in school. Really, 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 I am not perfect, and I have made a lot of mistakes. The then and the technology doesn't help, don't help sometimes, and there are a lot of people, and in other countries, Spain is my first teacher, and in Uruguay is my first teacher too. Eh, that understands and speaks Spanish, but they have a lot of sense and feeling about, are you paying attention to me? They they didn't ask that question literally. They have told me in the message that they have erased, and the words that I think you are not in the mood. I expected something different about you, and everything that you say to me here in the interview, I think they are my magical teachers that supports my knowledge about the feeling, the thoughts, the experience, the hurts, and everything they are living about the communication they want to have with you. You can be in a cell phone store, or you can be in a departmental store, wherever your office or your profession is. You have to understand that a person has really not just needs. They are a bag accumulate of experiences, of personal experiences, emotional, and I don't know, in the infancy,
Your childhood.
their childhood. uh, there had a lot of being baggage and story about every person that makes that a message. It is the most important thing in the world one day, but they can turn off the page and say, and there is another day, and one message or one answer or one hey, how you are, it doesn't mean anything for them. So there are a lot of lessons in each people that send me a message each day.
Wow. So that's a lot to take in too.
There are a lot of teachers around me, and every message, it's an evaluation, an exam for me, because I am really evaluating my communication with each person. Or obviously, I am caring about of them. Really, I carry you. The community of Factor Konciencia is something really, really, really special. But communicating with one-on-one,
One-on-one.
one-on-one, it's I don't know. If you interview the team, you can know that every person that has the match or a link with the team had a different experience, because we have I don't know, it's not a segment, it's the relevance of each person and each message that they write or they open to us is really significant. So there are a lot of conversations in the office. Let's say, I don't know if
So and
fulanita
so.
de tal, if is she okay, because she hadn't text me. She hadn't she doesn't ask me, no, or answer me, and we are caring about the answers and the time that they answer to us.
Mhm.
It isn't about just, I think it isn't just me, it's the personality of the team, and it have to, all the relationship about the magic and the community we have, it's because we live like that. My team also responds to the feeling and the thoughts of everyone, and they care about the people. Do you know how is, if you have heard about Angeles, she didn't ask me that, let me, I am gonna write her. So we the answer of your question is that we make team to hold this community, and we care about them.
And that shows. That
Yes.
shows, for sure.
We-
That is factor
Yeah,
conscience.
on the other side, on the other heart.
The other heart.
No, I was gonna say that that shows in the community, and that shows in each individual of yours, on each of you. I'm sorry, on you, on Eder, on Mia, on Juan Carlos, on Aida, on
Robert.
Jonathan. Yeah, like each and all of you do show um, this kind of, feeling that it goes beyond. It's not just about, like I just said earlier, it's not just about selling a course. It's more of, okay, I really want to know what this person is carrying so I can help this person out. Um, and the thought that it goes beyond just selling something and actually caring and taking the time to hold that person throughout their process, it's amazing, what you guys do. And earlier today in another podcast, we were talking about that. I was sharing with them that for me, being part of the community of Factor Konciencia and being part of the course Código de Magia, and then Sigilos with Daida, and then El Sendero del Ermitaño with Hasa, like all of this, and your messages and Aida's messages, and all of these people from Factor Conciencia who were there for me throughout my process of leaving a relationship, a long time relationship. All of you hold me throughout the entire process, all of those 6 months that were very hard in my life, or during that time, there was a lot of ups and downs and things like that. All of you hold me throughout the entire process. Also, Eder was there all the time, and it was just, I don't think I would have went through that process the same if it wasn't for this community of Factor Conciencia. It was just like you guys made it much easier and much um or less hurtful, I should say, because each one of you contributed to my success, of overcoming this whole situation, this divorce or this separation. Like, you, each one of you contributed to making it much easier for me to say at the end of the day, hey, I'm fine, I went through it and I'm here. And I feel very lucky now to have, you guys have became my friends now, or become my friends now. And it's just kind of like, wow, like I lost a marriage or a relationship or whatever, but I gain a whole community of people who are there to hold me throughout, different things that life might present myself with. So it's so beautiful.
Thanks.
That's great. That's great. And honestly, Sandy, I mean, you guys' work has made a big difference, and not just in Angel's life or my life, but in a lot of people's lives. And that's one of the reasons why we dedicated one of the episodes to you guys. And that's another reason why, we invited you, because you have touched a lot of people's lives. And yes, within the Spanish community, but we also wanted to let the world know, the English world, that there's a community, that there's a movement of people that, yeah, we speak Spanish, but you know what, we can do this in every language,
Right.
and it goes beyond just taking a class or another workshop. It's about, like you said, I mean, holding each other through our individual processes, because you guys are going through your own processes as well.
Yes.
And so it's not like you guys are perfect, or that you're selling, oh yeah, because my life is so perfect, I'm going to help you get there, and and I admire that. I admire that from you guys. And well, I love you, and I love each and every one of the guys at Factor. And I've said this many, many times. I mean, it goes beyond Eder, and because it's a whole community that has made this possible. And which we want to let the world know. There's people like you, there's people like me, and there's people like Robert, like Eder, like Juan Carlos. There's all these people that are doing good in the world, not just to make money out of, but because out of their kindness of their heart and the kindness of their own process, are sharing this with the world. And I truly admire that. So thank you. Thank you so much for this.
You, because I really think that the community just they want there is more power, magical power up in the community instead of the team.
But I think you guys are the glue that keeps it together.
I heard one time, and I had the opportunity to have a talk in an event of Juan Carlos Hot Comar, sponsored.
Okay, turn around so you can see JC Comer and whatever his name is. Yeah, on the shirt.
And I had the opportunity to talk in the inauguration of one of his entrepreneur
Entrepreneurships.
entrepreneurship, and I talk about the community he has formed with all his family and friends, and inclusively their clients, his clients. You can have clients, family, and everything else, but you can realize that you have made a community that when you say jump, everyone is jumping, and it's not just about that. Juan Carlos has the ability, the talent, that the way he lives, it's a magnet for everyone. The his family follow him, his clients follow him. So I had the opportunity, and that was my talk. The name of my talk. What is a community? Community. We are together by following something, and I have learned or listened that one in the radio, someone says that artist were in his concert and he was loud as the crowd was so excited about the concert and the song and everything, and he turned off the light, but the artist is still singing and the crowd was singing the song. So the person, he hasn't the opportunity or the technology technology to follow or to continue the concert, but the crowd was still singing the song. So that is community. You can you can say anything, but if you have community, they are singing your song.
Yeah,
That's
that's
beautiful.
that's a very, yeah. I got goosebumps. Yeah, just I mean, just picturing
That
that whole scene. You know, like
yes,
being in a concert and then like everything like shuts down and people are still singing it, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But I still think that you need to allow yourself to get credit for it because that's something that you built. You taught the people to sing in order for them to keep singing.
and it's the scent of Xiomara, the scent of Robert. They have a little a way. Uh, they have walked a way that gives the touch, the feeling, or the the kind of sensitive touch with the people to how to communicate with them. It's not something about the manual or step by step, like you said. It's it's just like an instinct or mm,
Feeling that's something
that
uh,
magical
that not a lot of
touch.
people have. The
Yes,
magic touch. Yep.
magic touch.
One of the things that when I first taking all of I started taking all of the courses from Factor Konciencia, that I was amazed and that I was like, wow, not a lot of people do this. Is that when you guys give a course, we are allowed to re-enter that course as many times as we want to. We only have to pay for it once, and then after that, you're able to go in for the next generations of this course or this courses for free without no cost. And that reflects a lot of the concepts of the company, the values, um, and the reality, that you're there to build a community and to support each and one of the people that come across your path. And that's something where I feel that nowadays we're not so used to seeing this kind of behavior, especially from, big companies like Factor Conciencia. It's just like, um, because I have entered other courses, where I have to pay, and I'm like, shoot, like I don't feel like I kind of got all that I needed on that in this first time, because I'm kind of very analytic and stuff like that. So sometimes I have to watch it two, three times, and it's like, oh no, but you paid for it once, and that is it. And if you want to retake it and kind of if it didn't go through, now pay for it again, and then take it again. And that was one of the things that when they told me, oh no, you only have to pay for it once and you can, re-enter the courses as many times as you want. I thought that was that spoke a lot about you and the entire team.
Yeah.
Because it was just kind of like, wow, this is, they really do, um, they really know their values.
It's like, okay, you didn't catch it the first time. It's okay. You
Hmm.
know, try it again. And if not, you didn't catch it the second time. There's a third and fourth, and in my case, the 20th, whatever time. And I'm still catching,
Okay.
still catching, a lot of stuff. And because you're sharing knowledge that's super valuable, but not it's not monetary value. It goes beyond that. Like all of this talk has been about seeing what, just beyond what the naked eye can see.
Hmm.
And I think that's something that you guys offer.
Hmm.
Because you guys are genuine the way you share. You guys are there for people. And that's not something that you buy on just by getting a class or a workshop.
Hmm.
You're getting a full experience, and that's that has no monetary value, at least to me. So
I hope I hope everyone that has been cursed the Código de Magia had the the experience about um, that prerogative, that the thoughtful, you can repeat without a cost, any cost. It's a prerogative of Eder Campos. I think Dr. Eder Campos has understood the process of the people that can read a book for the first time, and then with the experience, with the lives, with the practice of the knowledge, they can turn off the concepts, the words, the experience of others in the group, in the course, that have another lesson, or have another level of that lesson, because you can repeat the manual, and the manual, it seems like the manual of the 33rd generation, 33. But the manual it isn't the course. No, the words of the experience of the questions of the people in the course, or each generation, it's really different. So you can understand the third principle of the Código de Magia, but you have lived differently in January, in your family mood, or in your work mood, or in the inter inner workshop, inner work.
mhm.
So he has understood, the process of the human being process, with all his knowledge, how they live. So if you can repeat a book, and find something that, hey, it was here when I read the first time. So and the third, and the second, and the 11th time you read it, is, wow, I didn't understand that, but I have to live this and this and this and this to understand this, to understand this.
Yeah, like I've had people like tell me, well, you probably know Código de Mafia, Mafia. That's another upcoming course, Código de Mafia.
You hadn't told me about that. Invite me.
Yeah, but, oh no, you probably know Código de Magia left and right. Why do you keep why do you keep going back? I'm like, well, because I'm not the same person that took it the first time. I'm not the same person that finished it up 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
So every time I take it, I come up with something new.
Right.
That's why I keep entering.
Yes,
That's
I
why I keep
understood.
going.
For I have a mind, blow mind. In the second year, in the second year that I have heard and heard and heard all the generations, the first to the, I think, the 15 generation, until the 15, I have understood the, whoa, that
So that's what
that's
he
what
meant.
they mean.
It's finally sinking in.
Ah. Yes,
Yeah. It's like it's exactly what you said, like when you read a book and you go back and read it again, and it's like you're not the same person as when you read it the first time, and now you have other experiences, and now you can kind of get on other things that you possibly didn't even see or didn't even pay attention to on the first time you read the book.
yes,
And the same thing, talking about from my own experience and my own process, I am not the same Angeles that entered Código de Magia a year and a half ago. Definitely not. My whole life completely changed. I moved houses. I got a divorce. You know, I have my own my own business now, which is doing really good. Like Código de Magia came and changed my life completely. And for those who are listening and who are not aware of the courses that Factor Konciencia gives to everyone, doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure if you need it in English, we'll find a way to give it to you in English. But I mean, honestly, it completely changed my perspective of life. It completely changed the the way I was looking at myself, um, and the way I was living my life and everything. It just completely transformed my life for better. And this each of these courses, not just Código de Magia, but also Ren, El Sendero del Ermitaño, Sigilos, each one of those courses have so much to give, so much tools for us to do this, to become these conscious beings and understand ourselves better, to be able to create magic within our lives. And I feel that this is a whole concept of Factor Conciencia. I want you to learn how to create your own magic. And here are the tools. Here's what I can give you, and let me walk you through this path. Let me go along with you.
That's what I was gonna say. Let me walk with you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and let me show you what you're capable of, the kind of magic you're capable of doing for yourself. And to me, that was like, wow. And the more I study the courses, the more I go from one course to another, the more I become aware of who I am. It's like the more magic I'm creating in my life. That's why when people are like, "Oh, you should try this," I'm not saying I'm not open to other courses. Of course, I want to, open up eventually to learn about Kabbalah and all these other courses that might bring other techniques into my life. But at the end of the day, I think that one of the most important things that Factor Conciencia has teach me is that the power is within me. And the more I know myself, the more conscious I am of, my words, my thoughts, my emotions, of who I am, where I come from, the more the more magic I can create in my life. So it's very beautiful, um, to have that Sandy Quiroz, that Aida, that Eder Campos, that Jonathan, and Hassan to walk along with, to just go with me. I feel like we are all walking the same path towards the same direction, holding each one of us. And it's so beautiful.
Mm, that's super cute.
Qué bonito. Bonito in
Yeah.
English.
Entonces, anything else you'd like to add, Sandy, before we part
Yes.
ways?
With your own words, I have to say the feeling or the first objective that Factor Conciencia has is, first of all, that you create your own opinion or your criteria. The second one is the start. The first step you have to take is within in yourself, and the one of the most on that moves the the previous two is that you have to believe in your own magic. Know the magic that illusion the mind and the view, uh, the the bunny without of the hat. It's that you believe that you can create something really really meaningful for your life. That if you have lived a life without a sense or you have a crucial point that ask yourself, why am I living this? Why I
People
have
have.
this experience? You can create another life. You don't have to just live Código de Magia or being with Código with Factor Konciencia. You can create your own path that you can say in your last time of life. Wow, I have made this. I turned that for this. I am living the life I view. I have the view. Um, the relationships and the family I have created is the most wonderful family I have had. Not the perfect one, but I love the essence, the dark and the light side of my family and each people that follows me. Or I have see the world, but not just travel. I have not just traveled, I have seen the world and know every culture, and I have lived the food, the um, the landscapes. I connect with the essence of everything because I am a magic person, so I can connect with the magic of everything. That is the sense of being in the magic, not just live a course or reading a book or have to be with Factor Conciencia or or listen the the podcast no? With a lot of thousand podcasts that speak and talk and taught us the magic or the there are a lot of teachers outside about consciousness, but they live and they share the consciousness eh, just with the link with their experiences. But you have the power to create your own experience of consciousness and being conscious about your level of consciousness. No, Código de Magia just it's a tool to understand you inside, outside, and the relationship you have with the eternal and the spiritual being that you have.
That we also are. Mhm.
That we also yes. So don't take the knowledge. That's why the thought it's a repeated a repeated teach or a repeated lesson, an open lesson, because you can understand you between the lines of Código de Magia or a manual or a course. That is the magic of Factor Conciencia. That not it's not only either campus or a book or the course of the team. It's all the community. If you can now see the chat or the community in WhatsApp, I am so surprised about the integration and the community and the communication with between the participants,
All the
the
members of the
integrants, the
community.
community that is so fluent by yourselves. I, I think we can miss ourselves. We can como que no estar
Yeah, pull yourselves
un
out of
poco,
pull yourselves out of the equation per se.
and you are acting and making magic by yourselves. I think that is the labor of a mentor, of a companion, or the team that we can be with you in your process, and then you have your own path and you share with all your brotherhood, and it is a real magic.
And that is how exactly Anékdota was created.
Came about.
Mm.
Understanding that the magic that we have within each one of us, and understanding that, if we can create magic, then anyone can create magic, right? So why not share it with the world, and why not um, let other, communities like the English community become aware of the magic that resides within each one of us, and how we're able to manifest um, this magic in our lives, how we are able to create this magical experience called life.
Ah, love it.
Wow.
I know. Well,
Thanks.
thank you both. Thank you both for sharing this beautiful night and day. Here with us. And thank you so much, Sandy, for accepting the invitation, and for sharing this beautiful community, and for spending all this time, investing all this time in us as a community on an individual level, and for spending time with us tonight too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you very, very, very much. And I appreciate you. And I'm blessed to have you in my life. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
No,
Thank
thank you
you.
so
Thanks you both, and I love you both. And thanks for being part of this community, magical community. You are a really special magic woman. Black magic woman. Eh,
much.
you are really special for the team, for me, and thanks for everything. I want to just add that our labor is like to plant the seed, but you have to work your magic, your labor, labor your magic, and that is the seed that you have to grow and live in the magic. So that is our labor, but you have all the magic to do. It's my final phrase, and thanks for the interview. And sorry if I don't have a better English,
Nothing to be sorry about.
but it was a pleasure to practice so my English, and have this opportunity to know more about myself. I have really um, I share with you, Aida. I have understood something about myself with Anékdota, and thanks, because someone told me it's really important, and it's magical, or it's surprisingly that there are more magic people, there are more consciousness people that are sharing the thought to the world, and sharing in English is a really another level for me. So
Yeah.
thanks you both, and thanks you, Anekdota.
Thank
No,
you.
thank you also for taking taking on the challenge of doing it in English, and we appreciate it even more, 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 more. So thank.
Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry that I cut you off.
No, no, no. Okay.
Um, no, I did wanted to say that you're super brave to do this, in English, although sometimes it even happens to us, and I think Ida and I talked about it when we first started the project, we were like, how are we going to talk about magic and the concept of magic in English, because this is something that it could possibly be misunderstood or take into a whole different concept that what we're trying to transmit right now. And for those listening right now who are not aware of the concept that we're using here when we talk about magic, is that magic of life, that magic that resides within each one of us, and the magic of us being capable of manifesting the life that we want, the magic that is within our souls, within our whole being, and that whole essence of being ourselves magic. Um, and I think that's very important to emphasize right now, because a lot of people, like Sandy said it earlier, they might think of the magician and the hat and the little rabbit coming out of the hat, and I think sometimes that's why people don't take it so seriously, because of the word magic on it. But if you think about it, we use this word in many other concepts. We're just like, oh, today's such a magical day, or I had such a magical experience. And we tend to use this word for concepts on our everyday life, but we don't take it that seriously when it comes to manifesting the magic that we want to live within our lives. So it is very important to become aware that magic is our level of consciousness. Magic is everything within and without. Magic is everything that you can possibly think, speak, feel, and create. So thank you, Sandy. I feel very honored. I feel very lucky to have you in my life. I feel very happy, and I appreciate you, and I love you very much. And also the team, the whole team of Factor Konciencia. I am very grateful for you guys coming into my life and transforming my life the way you guys have done it. Um, so thank you for everything that you guys have done.
Thanks. I hope teams can see this interview.
They better watch this interview. No, and thanks everyone else, what, and thanks every audience for listening, for watching, for just giving us your time to listen to what we have to say. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
You,
Thank you, Anékdota.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
We love
Thank
you.
you. Bye.